أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبنستهين التحيات لله الزاكيات لله الطيبات الصلوات لله السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. Special greetings to you, mashallah, on this special Friday. This is your program, Seabil-ur-Rashad. And here this afternoon, mashallah, we are much aggrieved like other Nigerians for what happens recently in our country. And we are looking at this very particular issue and many other issues. Today's topic is consciousness. How we can be conscious of Allah, conscious of environment, conscious of our existence, conscious of many things. This is what Islam prescribes. And with me in the studio, mashallah, as usual, to deal with this very particular topic is no any other person than our Imam, an erudite scholar. Imam Misbaudeen Olawale is here with me, mashallah, and we are doing justice to this very particular topic together this very particular afternoon. Imam, people want to hear your voice at home quite a while.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'a sunnatahu ila yawm al-haq. Amma ba'd. We thank Allah. It's just a beautiful Friday, like our readers rightly said. We thank Him for, giving us the opportunity to witness another fantastic Friday in good atmosphere here and there, in which we are enjoying Rahmah of Allah. Because without Rahmah of Allah, we are nothing. We can't do anything in our life. We ask in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept the Jummah service we have observed today as an act of ibadah. May Allah be with us and never leave us alone. We are here again to dish out another wonderful program to discuss the concept of consciousness. We have to discuss the concept of consciousness. What is consciousness in Islam? How do we do justice within us and our Creator, which is Allah? What does He want from us in terms of being conscious of whatever we are doing? There are many factors attached with that concept of consciousness. So, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which I do justice to it in the next couple minutes. May Allah accept it as an act of ibadah. Thank you for being there. We enjoy you, and I think we are also enjoying our program. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mashallah, you're welcome back to the program. Yes, today we are looking at consciousness. Imam, there's a particular story I want us to commence our program with. This very particular man told me that when he was very, very young, his mother used to do something that becomes ritual. After prayer in the morning, after the morning devotions, the woman will go outside with two hands, the left hand stretched out and the right hand upon it, as if she want to take something from the left hand, and she will be talking to someone that is not visible. That, oh God, I'm committing the affairs of my child, this boy, into your hand. She will stretch the left hand and use the right hand to illustrate that, oh God, I'm committing the affairs, the life of this child of mine to your hand.
MashaAllah.
And this is how the boy grew up. The consciousness is there that, oh, my mother used to commit my life into the hand of God, and the boy did not derail. So both of them have returned back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah, may Allah forgive them.
So now come to the topic today, consciousness. We now see many parents today failed in this direction. They did not show their children the way of God. And at the end, they lose these children to the world. So how can we train our children to be conscious of Allah so that they will understand that religiosity is not as much needed like humanity?
Thank you, Imam. From what you have just said, Islam prescribes a lot of things in order to mold our life, in which has already designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has designed our life. It says, Ma faratna fil kitab min shay'in. Nothing have we omitted in the Quran. I did not omit anything without explaining. I explained everything in details in the Quran. That says, تبارك الذي نصر الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين النصير. Oh, praise with Allah, who has did justice to the message he sent to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to warn people and to guide us. You know, from what you have just said now, let me take it from this place. Yes, a conscious person will use his or her sense to conduct life as civilized, to conduct life as civilized beings. However, by linking the body and the soul in explaining consciousness from Islamic view, linking the body and the soul together. Body is physical, body is visible, soul is invisible. So how do we now connect body and soul together? Like what you have just explained, the mother of that particular boy connected his body and soul and were able to communicate the message to Allah. Even though that communication is not visible, but he believed that whenever he communicates with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, definitely the prayer will be answered. Now, down to your question, a prayer nowadays, we have already deviate from that concept of consciousness. Because if you are conscious of Allah, definitely that piety of Allah, you should be able to internalize, to imparting that concept of consciousness into your children at home. You know, let's take number one, a salat. When you perform ablution, some part of salat is physical, part of salat is not physical. Why I say that? You are performing ablution, your children see you, and definitely the children that sees you every day performing ablution, he knows that you want to do something. That is physical. The one that is not visible, that when you are communicating with Allah, either you are reciting loudly or not, definitely the boy or the girl is saying that my daddy or mommy is doing something. First of all, you have started impacting invisible something into your children at home. How many parents are they pray for last Subi today at home in the mosque? When you haven't going to a salatu, did you take them along? So we get it wrong from the foundation. And once your foundation is not fixed, once your foundation is lack of a solid foundation,
when it is faulty,
when it's faulty, when it's injured, that means whatever you are expecting, zero. So today, we are urging the parents at home that even though you want to live a life of Prophet Muhammad, you want to live a life of Sunnah, the consciousness is part of the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because Allah says, "Fattakuni ya ulil albab." Fear me, those of you that have already been guided. So that we should be able to digest that the concept of consciousness and see it in us by our children, see it in us by our environment, people who live around us. Because we are also playing a role of Prophet Muhammad. When you are become a father, or when you have become a mother already, you are expected to play the role of Prophet Muhammad. So first of all, you need to serve as a role model, not to the society first, but to the family first. To your wife, to your children, then people around you. When you move out, in fact, in your offices, they should see that you are very different with others. Reading you as someone that is conscious of Allah, conscious of your moral, conscious of your environment, conscious of your office. In fact, that the people working with you in office should be able to digest and implement that concept of consciousness in you.
see you as a model.
Yes, you as a model. You don't forget. All of us have the major assignment we have in this life is to be conscious of ourselves first.
That's consciousness of existence.
Existence.
Why are you here?
Why are you
what
here?
are you doing here?
No, that should be the first question you should ask yourself. Quran says, "Afala taqilun." Can't you think?
Can't you reason?
Can't you reason? You know, when you say the concept of intellect, it means faculty of reasoning and understanding. Everybody should go and learn what is intellect.
Okay.
The concept of intellect goes thus: faculty of reasoning and understanding. Have you ever sit down and thinking of your existence?
Okay.
Did you understand why are you here? You know, everything about human being belongs to Allah. We have the number days of our existence. We have the number of years of our existence. with now the number of times of our assistance, definitely you will account to someone.
Okay.
Someone that is being admitted into university and institution, let's say, okay, the university decided to all of you, you should go home. You can never make it. They have not been tested.
Okay.
There's no examination that will pass through them or examination pass through them down to 200 level or 300 level. You can't decide.
Which will serve as a filter
You can't decide. To filter them,
the right one, from the wrong ones.
wrong one.
Okay.
That means the faculty must tailor the concept of consciousness before them. Let's say how conscious you have. Did you know why you are here? And meanwhile, the major reason they are here is that to go and study.
Okay.
And get their award, bachelor in this, bachelor in that, bachelor in this. So without that test, you can't move.
Okay.
That means we should be conscious of our existence. Once you are conscious of your existence, no matter how you get it right at the right time.
Okay.
So first of all, you know the right thing to put in place as a family man.
As a family man. Mashallah, when we come back, we shall be looking at the consciousness of environment. We've had it from Imam, how we should be conscious of our existence. Then we will be talking how we should be conscious of our environment, because many at times we don't know or differentiate what is dangerous and what is not. So we often, many at times, go into the danger zone. So we can go on short break now, mashallah. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
أنبياء يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس.
Wow, look at that. Until recently, I had no idea what a pangolin was. But this thing is strong. It's a small mammal covered with scales made of keratin, just like our nails. Strong scales, man. The scales has no medicinal value, yet the demand for the scales and the meat is driving the pangolins to extinction. This one's name is Igai, and it was rescued from illegal bushmeat trade. It's going back into the wild where it belongs to keep the ant population in check. Home sweet home. Please say no to illegal bushmeat and report wildlife crime, because poaching steals from us all.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. You are welcome back to your program. This is Seabil-ur-Rashad. Yes, we are discussing consciousness. How conscious are we as a nation? How conscious are we as individual? How conscious are we as family or family head? How conscious are we as a woman of the house? How conscious are we as the children? So we've looked at the conscious of existence. We now urge our Imam to please go into the conscious of environment. How conscious are we about our environment these days? MashaAllah, Imam, over to you.
Alhamdulillah, we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once and again that made it possible for us to be here and also discussing the concept of the concept of consciousness. Quran says the Quran advocates for holistic understanding of consciousness that encompasses both physical and spiritual dimension. And when you are talking about the spiritual dimension, we have looked at that and we have analyzed that a family man must be conscious of his activities in terms of al-iman billah, the faith in Allah here and there, and also internalize or also interject that or implement that within his environment, first of all at home, wife and children here and there, so that in order to get that activities right, Quran says Wafi anfusikun afalat tubsiruna. You look at yourself, can't you see that your family is part of you? You shall be able to, to rally around and also to tell them how conscious you are about their life. Talking about the physical one, in which that one will lead us into our environment. So no matter how, whatever that happened in your home, definitely very soon it will lead you into society. Environment is physical. And when something is physical in Islam, Islam wants us to address it in terms of consciousness, because anything you should be able to touch, that is what is physical. And we are living in an environment that we can see the environment that surrounding us here and there, transaction, movement, business, and here and there. So how should we now, carry out the concept of consciousness in our environment? We should be very careful. Firstly, we are part of society. Whatever we do, we justify, or whatever we are able to achieve in our society, it is part of the achievement of the society. Despite we are the one that are calling ourselves an achiever. Meanwhile, the achievement we do acquire belong to the society. So if care is not taken, we may end up in nothingness. We may end up in also involving the punishment of Allah. Because Quran said, "Wasin kama hasanullah ilayka." Allah has been faithful. You to try to favor one of the two people in your society. So we should be conscious of our environment, whatever statement we are going to make, in order not to involve in a statement that will cause, fire,
Chaos.
fire, difficulty, conflict in the society. Look at what happened in Ibadan recently. May Allah forgive all our children that, that fall a victim. For the organizer, we appraise them, we thank the year and that. But we just have to be conscious of whatever we are doing. The organizer has limited the number of people they could accommodate. And I know some of you that has nothing to do with that program at all. Why are they there? Why are they there? They're not supposed to be there. That's where the concept of the conscious in the environment requires our attention. A garden that could accommodate like 10 people, let it be 10 people. We have done justice to something around us, later in some years back. Some years back, our life is not like this. Our old father, they lived a fantastic life. They have been conscious of whatever activities they do. What is now wrong with us?
If they are not being invited, they don't go there.
We should check our goodness. We are greedy. We do something that is not even part of our activities. There are many things around us. That's why Allah said, be conscious of environment, because at times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. He also created our environment. There should be a link between us and what? An environment. And whatever we do today, we justify our action tomorrow. That's why we are saying, okay, nobody around us should involve in something that does not concern him or her. The organizer said, okay, we are accommodating like 50 people. That is our plan. Then we are now seeing that 200 people, 200 people. Definitely, we are writing letter to Stampede already. And that's what has happened there. So we should, after being conscious of our existence, we should be conscious of our environment. Being conscious of our environment, we are doing justice to ourselves, not others. And we are also doing favor to our society, because we are society, and society is our, no matter how. We are growing in society together in the number of people we have in our society. So we should be conscious of our environment, because whatever we do today is also serve as a positive or negative to our children tomorrow. Look at all the number of children that lost their life in that stampede. So please, we want to plead to our people at home. We should be conscious of our environment. Even though in terms of sanitation, in our area, when there's raining now, people will be pushing refuse
into the bin, into the
drainage. It will block. Then who will suffer it? It comes back to us. That's what Quran says, let's see the hand of those who fear Allah.
So we should be
You
conscious
should be
of
conscious of
the end of what we are
what
doing,
you are doing.
because the end will justify the means.
Definitely, Imam. There's nothing we can do.
That's the yardstick.
That is the yardstick. That is the positive.
Okay.
That is it. That is the main point of what we are discussing.
Mm.
Once you are not conscious of your existence, you are not being conscious of your of your environment, definitely it will affect your health.
Okay, so Imam, now we are not talking of the environment, but we are looking at the transaction and interaction now.
Exactly.
The transaction between people in the same environment.
Yes.
And interaction, which mostly I want us to concentrate on our own point.
Mashallah.
Looking at if we are conscious of our interaction, the wife in Islam should not leave home without the permission of the husband.
Exactly.
So possibly maybe the husband could have seen it when the wife wants to go to that gathering and see the danger and say, look, my wife,
don't go.
Don't go. We have enough at home. Leave it for those who do not have much.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that's with some areas where we got it wrong.
That is why I said, if we are conscious of our existence, if we are conscious of our environment, definitely, Imam, the philosophy reason of to address anything on our table will tell us that this A, B, C. Quran says, "Qad afla man zakaha." Once you purify your heart, definitely you will align with the order of Allah. The divine principle of Allah will do justice to your activities. Your daily routine will be purified. Your activity will be purified. You will not think bad thing to others. So once you are being conscious of the environment, definitely you won't go to an occasion or a garden that does not concern you.
That's also Islam.
You don't have a business with anything. How should I go there?
The best of anyone's Islam is to be concerned with what
concerns him or her.
Like we are saying, there's no need for any murtada to be in that gathering, because you are not a Christian.
You are not a Christian.
It's for the Christians. It's Christmas.
It's the Christian.
And there's no need
call it Christian carol.
And there's no need for Jonathan or Joshua to be at Ileya.
In whatever, that greediness shouldn't push you.
You shouldn't overstep your boundary as a conscious
person.
Okay.
Once you are conscious of whatever we're doing, you will do what we call read, review, and record. So you should have read the content of that gathering.
That will give the best.
Then
reflection.
You review.
Okay.
Am I being invited?
Okay. What am I doing there?
I don't know. I don't think there's a poverty in our society.
No,
I don't think.
No, I don't know. We have one poverty. That's poverty of mind.
Yes.
Not poverty of material. A man who can buy data, a man who can purchase some few flimsy things and says that he's hungry. So why can't you convert such?
Some of people, the bone of context that some of people that went there, they even spend more than
what they will get there. If at all they got
something. They wouldn't spend more than what they get there.
So they are not conscious.
They are not conscious.
That's why a lot of people ran into problems.
So we are pleading to our people, as a boss, you should be conscious of activities.
Okay.
As a man, you should be conscious of activities.
Okay.
As a head, you should be conscious of activities. Okay. In fact, as a follower, you should be conscious of your activities. Mind your business.
Let the child tell the mother that, mommy, I'm going to so place.
Yes.
Let the wife tell the husband. Not that the wife is inferior to the husband.
No.
Not that the children is inferior to the woman.
At all.
But that's how our last
You know, Imam, one thing leads to another. The concept of existence leads to concept of environment. The concept of environment leads to concept of interaction and transaction. Once one is failed, it's like a desk.
Okay.
Once the desk loses the leg that hold it to be stand.
Okay.
Everything
collapse.
Yeah, everything will collapse. There's no joy in that.
Okay.
So once you are conscious of yourself, your environment, your existing here and that means you won't be a garden that you are not invited.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Imam, I think next time we'll continue this very particular discussion because it's so much deep that yes, everyone at home will want to see to the end. To get more out of it. So I thank you
MashaAllah.
sincerely, mashallah,
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
for
Thank you very
coming
much.
to come and enlighten our people
Alhamdulillah.
as you have been doing before. May
Alhamdulillah.
God give you more strength, mashallah,
Allahumma
to
ameen.
do more than we're in Islam.
Ameen, ya Allah.
This is our Imam, Imam Misbaudeen Olawale. That's the is the Amir. The Amir is the leader of Darul Rahma,
Alhamdulillah.
otherwise known as Dharma. So until
Alhamdulillah.
next week, mashallah, when I come here with another beautiful edition of your program, Seabil-ur-Rashad, I remain your Sheikh Dr. Murtada Ibiyemi As-Sunusy. Say masalam.
Wa ila al-liqa.
I think I need to have water.